I'd like to tell you a little bit about a spiritual experience I had when I was a freshman in college. I was really a kind of a desperate person by the end of my freshman year at college. I had gone with a lot of gung-ho idealism back in 1971, and I thought, the world was at my feet, and I could do anything I wanted to, and all I had to do was decide. Well, that was a big problem. I couldn't decide what to do. And as I looked around at my world, I really cared about my world. I wanted to do something that was really valuable. But as I looked around, I couldn't see how I might fit in. And I became more and more desperate. And I began to ask the biggest questions. Why am I here? Why is anybody here? Why does everything look like it's not doing? Why is there a war? Because this was during the Vietnam War. And I began to have the fundamental spiritual questions on my mind all the time. And I met a really wonderful person who was what they call a Jesus freak. And he was able to talk to me in a way that, and listen to my questions in a way that no one else had ever really taken the time to do. So, maybe if I talk to you today and share some of my experience, it will be helpful to you, because I really care about our world. Well, in talking with this gentleman, a young freshman, he was a year older, he just talked back and forth, and we talked so much that I came to a critical junction in our discussions about spirituality and religion and what God was. And one night I had this dramatic experience in which I kind of surrendered to God. And all of a sudden, I was open. I felt like there was all this wisdom coming to me, or this knowing. And the way I describe it, I have many ways that I describe it, but the main way I describe it is that for several weeks after that happened, I felt that love was raining to me from everywhere. That every place in nature, all of nature, was an emanation of love. It's a very hard thing to describe. It was an experience. It was a full body experience. It wasn't just, I think everything's love, or everything's made out of love. It was like I knew it, and it was happening to me at that very moment. And since that time, I've been on a spiritual path. And if you're on a spiritual path, I encourage you to really just keep going and keep continuing, because from my own experience, I know that when you ask, you receive. When you seek, you find. And I've always had, now at least I had this wonderful gift early in my life, that I could have a source that I know lives within me, that is love. And I'm sure that source lives in you. That love is what lives in you. And it's what made all of our beautiful, beautiful world. I love to talk about this kind of thing. So if you'd like to visit me at my blog, wellnessandspirituality.net, I invite you with open arms. And I have a website too, elizabethritchie.com. So please come, and we'll talk about all the... I also wrote a book called The Whole Kit and Caboodle is as Sacred as 1, 2, 3. Thank you.